Our final chapter. The Queen and King of Angielle, Chapter 6. Eee!
Hello again, Mother, Father.
Waltz steps forward to place a single flower between his parents' graves. It is early morning. The two of us teleported here soon after we woke. It was Waltz's single request for today. He wanted to tell his parents the news. Today is a very special day, after all.
I brought Lucette with me today. My wife.
Wife, I still cannot believe we are finally married. I moved to stand beside Waltz. Hello again.
I came to tell you both about the ceremony happening today.
Are you getting crowned king? Is that why it's called the Queen and King of Angielle? Oh, what a special day indeed. Walt shifts on his feet. The motion makes him look nervous. It is the first show of anxiety I've seen from him today. I gently take his hand and squeeze it reassuringly. It's been a busy few months since we married, but I think Waltz is ready now for the crowning ceremony.
Glad I have your vote of confidence.
It is not just mine. Everyone else feels the same way too. You have been helping me rule this kingdom for 2 years. You know the policies inside and out by now. Waltz turns back to the graves. He chuckles. It is a soft, anxious sound.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but yes, today is the crowning ceremony.
Today, Waltz officially becomes the King of Angielle. Waltz's grip on my hand suddenly grows loose. He stumbles, looking suddenly like a man trying to balance himself on a swaying ship. My poor boy. Waltz, are you okay? He just laughs, that soft, carefree laugh I have always loved.
I just can't believe it. I've never been one for titles. The Prodigy, Peter Pan, Magician. Those all felt like expectations other people put on me. King of Angielle isn't just a title, though. It's an honor. And I'm still in denial I get to accept it today.
He shakes his head, his eyes bright with wonder.
You're so confident, little star. You were made to rule a kingdom. You're diligent and hard-working and wise beyond your years. And I feel terribly inadequate next to you.
This isn't like you, Waltz Cresswell. Not only are you one of the most capable people I've ever known, but you are also one of the bravest and most confident. You've done everything you could and more for Angielle. You say I was made for this, but so were you. The throne has been waiting for someone like you. Waltz pulls me toward him, wrapping an arm around my shoulders and pressing a kiss to my head.
You always know exactly what to say.
I like to think I know you pretty well by now. I glanced toward the graves. Last time we were here, the quiet felt oppressive. Today, the silence is serene. Waltz turns his attention back to the graves.
You see why I fell in love with Lucette all those years ago.
I thought you were here to tell them about the ceremony, not me.
I can't bring you here and not flatter you in front of my parents.
He plants another quick kiss on my head before letting go of my hand and kneeling in front of the graves. He dips his head and begins to whisper, speaking words to his parents that are not for me to hear. I move to lean against a nearby tree so as to give him some space. I gaze at Waltz from afar. It is hard to believe when we first met he was cursed into the form of a boy. I was running from men who wanted to steal my gold back then. I remember Waltz and Claude were there to rescue me and take me back to the tavern. And before that, I saw Waltz in town with Emmeline performing magic. He offered me a lily, which I refused. I did not understand why he looked so sad then. Waltz was waiting all those years for me. Well, no longer. There is no reason for us to postpone this. We've both been ready for a long time. The sun passes overhead, throwing shards of glimmering sunlight across the forest floor as the leaves quiver in the wind. The shifting sun reminds me of our quickly diminishing time. Waltz? Waltz rises from his crouch.
I'm ready to go.
Then, let us return. As Waltz is conjuring a portal, I approach the gravestones. I set a hand on one of the rocks. I never had the honor of knowing you, but I want you to know I love your son dearly. He calls me his little star, but in truth, I think he shines more brightly than I do. His unflagging optimism and dedication have kept me afloat.
Lucette.
Waltz waits patiently by the portal. Coming. I brush my hands across the stone one last time before following Waltz into the portal. The rest of the day is chaotic on account of all our preparations. Dignitaries and representatives from in and out of our kingdom wander the corridors, conversing about all manner of things. Your Majesty! The royal seamstress says your dress is ready! One maid stops abruptly in front of me, frazzled. She bows belatedly. We're sorry to interrupt, It's fine. Please, send the seamstress to my room. Understood! I turn to Waltz, who has helped me run errands through the day. He has been introducing himself to people we have only ever corresponded with via letter.
It's hard to believe the day is just beginning, what with everything going on.
You don't remember how much upheaval there was when I was crowned? Things are busy, but you're going to want to imprint these memories in your mind forever. It is a special day.
I know.
My own coronation came shortly after the kingdom was saved. It was a tumultuous, uncertain time. Things are much calmer now. Though the magic incidents have not stopped, they are less frequent. I like to think it is because the council that helps me make decisions now has representatives from all over Angielle. Nice. For the first time, there are humans, witches, and fairies on the council. The Tenebrarum and Lucis are the most stabilized they have been in years. Finally, things are beginning to look up. Now is the perfect time for your coronation.
If the Queen of Angielle says so, then it must be true.
Lucette?
Hello? We turn to see Ophelia approaching with Emmeline and a few maids trailing her. Emmeline is practically bouncing on her feet. Lucette, what are you still doing here? We need to get you ready.
It is imperative you look regal today.
I agree.
That goes for you too. I personally had the seamstress make you an outfit for the coronation.
I know. But no matter what I wear, you will always be the one who shines brightest. As it should be.
Waltz, this is your coronation.
But you are still Queen of Angielle, and you must look the part. Come now.
Well, see you later, Waltz. Can't wait to see your outfits. I hope I can see your outfits. There better be a CG of you in your outfits. Emmeline and Ophelia begin to pull me away. I desperately cast a glance over my shoulder, but Waltz just looks amused.
Don't worry, little star. I'll make sure the rest of the preparations are taken care of.
He waves as Ophelia and Emmeline pull me around the corner. In my room, I am fussed over by an overwhelming amount of people, all of whom poke and prod at me until they determine I look perfect. When I voice my concerns that Waltz is the focus, everyone waves the words away.
Nonsense. This is every bit your accomplishment as Waltz. The two of you are going to rule together after all.
Exactly! You have to look stunning. The two of them remain after I have dismissed the palace staff.
You look stunning, dear.
Like a queen out of a fairy tale. Ah! A sprite? Is this a real life? Is this fantasy? My girl! Looking regal! Wow. The little I see of her dress gives me major Anastasia vibes, and I love it. I would like to think this is more real than a fairy tale.
True. Fairy tales have happy endings, but they skim over the best details.
That is what makes the love we achieve in reality better than any fairy tale love. Real love is more complicated and profound.
Ophelia adjusts the clasps on my shoulders and checks the length of my cape. Thank you both for helping me.
Of course!
Where is Rod?
He's making sure every noble knows where to sit when the throne room doors open. He's also, making sure the Almonte brothers don't fight in front of everyone.
I think about Claude and his brother bickering in a crowd of stuffy royals and laugh. They will be a much welcome sight in the audience. What of my friends?
All here and accounted for.
I've prepared the seating so that they have a front row view.
Perfect. I turn to look at myself in the mirror. I barely recognize the woman who looks back at me. When I first wore this crown, it felt too heavy for me. I was still grieving then, and I feared the weight of the future. Now I reach up to adjust it with a smile. Your Majesty? Come in. A servant steps into the room and bows. Lord Waltz, His Majesty. He is still Lord Waltz for right now. What did you want to tell me? He's waiting in the throne room for you.
Are you sure this is okay? Doesn't he have to be standing outside when the ceremony starts?
It's fine, dear. We still have over an hour before the ceremony begins. Let Lucette and Waltz have some time alone together.
She rests a reassuring hand on my back.
Good luck, Lucette.
As per the traditions of the ceremony, I will be crowning Waltz, but he is the one who needs to speak his vow to Angielle. He has been practicing this ceremony for weeks to get it right. I love that you're going to crown him. That's awesome.
I hope you know that no matter what happens in the future, we will all be here for you.
Always.
Even when you're in Brigantia, doting over a foreign prince?
Even then.
Ophelia laughs as she steers Emmeline toward the door.
We'll clear the corridor for you.
See you at the ceremony, Lucette.
Goodbye. After the two of them leave, I wait inside for a few moments until the corridor quiets. Even though I am not the one being crowned today, I nonetheless find myself shaking with nerves. So much has happened so fast. Even when I pinch myself, the reality remains. And yet, I am still in denial. Before, this kind of happiness felt impossible. Like something meant for someone else. But no, this is a reality. Waltz is waiting for me. I open the door and head for the throne room. I need to see. Just as Emmeline and Ophelia promised, the corridors leading to the throne room are empty of everyone save the Knights of the Order of Caldera. Perhaps that is why I'm not surprised when the first people I see beyond the throne room doors are Jurian and Garland.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty. They both bow before me, in sync. Lovely. Hello, you two. How are preparations coming?
Everything's ready, my queen. We'll start bringing people in when you give the signal.
She casts a look over her shoulder. Even from here, I can see a lone figure on the throne.
Rest assured, I'll guard Lord Waltz with my life.
And I'll be behind you the whole time, Your Majesty. I glanced between the knights. When I first met them, they had been dishonorably discharged from the Order because of rightful suspicions they harbored against Alcaster. Now, here they stand, the two highest-ranking knights of the Order of Caldera. Thank you both for your hard work and loyalty.
It is our honor to serve, Your Majesty.
We will make sure everything goes exactly as planned today. I leave the security in your capable hands.
Please do.
Jurian exits the room, perhaps to give Waltz and I more privacy. Garland is following her out when I ask a question. When's your wedding? Good.
Have you two set a date for your wedding yet?
Garland freezes. It'll be in the spring. That's Jurian's favorite season.
Congratulations.
And to you as well, Your Majesty. Thank you for your kind words. He exits, still looking flustered. Ah, spring wedding for you two.
I laugh as I turn back to Waltz. Even reclining the way he is on the throne, he looks regal. The sight of him takes my breath away.
Hello, little star.
Hello, Waltz. Are you so nervous you're sitting in the throne because you can't stand?
Promise you won't laugh.
I promise.
I wanted to make sure I sat in it the right way. The last thing I want is to look like a fool in front of everyone.
What I want you to do is look regal in whatever form, be it a sprite or a CG, because they're hiding your look. Which is a nice parallel to the first game where it hid how Lucette looked in her beautiful dress until the CG, and now it's Waltz's turn to be hidden. I like that. I promise not to laugh, and here I am. Oh? That is most definitely not how you sit on a throne. He smiles as I approach, his eyes glimmering like distant stars.
You look beautiful, Lucette. Like magic personified.
Well, I am the Tenebrarum Bearer, so I suppose that's appropriate. And you look very handsome.
What's that? I couldn't hear you. You're going to have to step a little closer.
I laugh as I step closer, 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 until I am standing before the throne, Waltz's throne. Must I repeat myself?
If you would be so kind as to whisper it in my ear.
Waltz?
Humor me? No one's going to see us like this.
My heart beats a frenzied rhythm as I slide onto Waltz's lap. Yes, that's all I wanted. Yes. Ah! Look at them! Ah! What a beautiful couple. Man, that gives me such major Anastasia vibes. I love that dress. I'm trying to figure out... Her eyes look a little strange to me. Are they too big? I don't know, something about her eyes is just not quite right to me. Everything else looks fantastic. I think her eyes need to be a touch smaller, but otherwise, gorgeous.
Okay, now you can say it.
This is hardly traditional.
You know me, Lucette. I have tricks aplenty up my sleeve. I'm hardly a traditional king.
I lean close enough that our noses brush. You look very handsome, my king.
And you, my queen, are the most beautiful woman in the whole world.
The two of us laugh. This close, our breaths intermingle.
Am I the first man to see you like this today?
I give him a teasing smile. No, Garland saw me like 2 seconds ago. I think you were there when that happened. Garland doesn't count as a man, confirmed. You are. And lucky man that you are, you'll be the first to see me every day for the rest of our lives.
I am lucky. The luckiest man in the whole world.
He presses his forehead to mine.
You know that I will always love you, right?
Sitting here on the throne together, the two of us are frozen in time. I could sit here looking into Waltz's eyes like this forever. Eventually, the ceremony must begin. Eventually, we must put on formal airs for the audience. But right now, it is just the two of us, and I allow myself the luxury of basking in Waltz's warmth. I look into his eyes and see the future. It is the brightest, most beautiful future I could ever dream.
I love you, Lucette.
I love you too, Waltz.
Forevermore. Forevermore! Ah, title drop. Well, kind of a title drop. I'll take it anyway, whatever. Forevermore! That's the achievement. Yay! Brava! Bravissima! Fantastico! Marveliso! And all those things. Beautiful. Oh, man. So good. So very, very good. I don't know how to pick these boys. All these boys are so good. The only thing that was weird for me in this one was her being surprised that Waltz did terrible things under her mom. I'm like, yes, and? But she was taken aback by that, so I'm like, alright, fair enough. But, you know, other than that, it was just more continuation of the loveliness that was these two. Lots of nostalgia in this one, too. So much. But, man, they had such great growth, these two. I loved seeing Queen Lucette. She really grew into her role, very confident. I like that we had... all the characters had a big part to play in this too, which was nice. I don't think anybody got forgotten. Yeah, gosh, I don't know. It's gonna be so hard to pick. Oh, man, that CG is so beautiful. There are so many beautiful CGs. The art, so delightful. Well, I have a little bit of time to think. Man, look at that. Could still just stare at that forever. Oh, my heart is being torn in 3 different directions, and I don't know which boy to pick. But yeah, this was very much definitely hit you over the head with a frying pan, canonical ending. Couldn't be more on the nose. Like, everything was just like, this is canon, just so you know. And I'm more than okay with that because it's a very good canon. Very, very good. Yeah, I just, man. I might have to have a couple of different lists. Just to make my heart happy. Yay! What's gonna be our stationery? Is it gonna be a star? I'm gonna go for a star. That's my guess. Let's see, let's see. I have to wait. Gotta wait for this, and then I can see. Alright, we're loading it. Ah, it's a star, yeah. You know it is. Good. It's on the table. Interesting. So the other ones are up in little placeholders. And the star is right in front of her. Front and center. That's my boy. Well, I enjoyed the heck out of that. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Thank you very much for joining me for Waltz's best ending. It was incredible. I loved it. Such a happy ending. Oh, man. I'm so pleased I got another wedding. And I'm glad because they got married in chapter 5, which means when we do the good ending, they're still gonna be married. So I'm like, yes, awesome. And speaking of, that's the last thing we have to do in this game is Waltz's good ending, and then we're done. I can't believe my time with this delightful game is nearly at a close. I've enjoyed every minute of it. But we're not ready to say goodbye just yet. We do have that good ending, as I mentioned, so hopefully I'll see you guys over there for that. Thank you very much for joining me, though, and until next time, I will see you later.